Hey everybody, welcome back to Funny Reddit. It has been a while since I've done one of these videos. I got a whole wacky cast of characters with me today. Let's start with the returning players first who have been on a Reddit video previously. First of all, Miss Alex, aka Kolochu on YouTube.
Hello. It's been a while.
It's been a minute. And also Kathy.
I am here.
She is here. She was on for the last time we did Am I the Asshole? So, round two. And then the new players are two new friends. First of all,
like I'm a new friend at this point.
well, you're a new friend for the Reddit videos. Crow Royalty.
Yeah, I am Riley's co-host on a podcast, so I'm here now.
Yep, true. And also, first time appearing in any of my content, I'm pretty sure. The one, the only, Metal.
I'm Riley's only black friend.
It's true. I think it might be legitimately true.
So you're officially not racist now. Congrats.
Yes, I'm not racist because I have one black friend.
Yeah, it's officially not racist anymore.
I like watching videos of black men shaking their booty cheeks. I don't know why, but when I click on a video and see a black man shaking his cheeks, it just makes my mouth drool.
Alright, folks, so we have r/Am I the Devil pulled up, which curates all the worst asshole posts from Am I the Asshole. But first, Crow, we're looking at top posts of all time, but Crow Royalty has one to start us off with, which actually was posted to Am I the Devil, but he found it on Am I the Asshole. It just so happened to coincide.
I found it on Am I the Asshole first because it was the most recent post that
so
showed
Crow,
up.
you can go ahead and be our first to read a post. Read that post you have.
Am I the asshole for telling my neighbors to get a hotel if they want to do stuff, in air quotes, every night? I, 43 male, have 6 children, 4 daughters and 2 sons, age ranging from 16 to 2. All my daughters share a room and my sons share a room. I'm aware that that's a bit intense, but they're both quite big rooms and they all enjoy sharing a room. Our house is connected to the next door neighbor, and the neighbor's bedroom is on the same wall as both of my kids' rooms. Our house is connected to the next door neighbor's bedroom and the neighbor's bedroom is on the same wall as both of my kids' rooms. Our new neighbors moved in about 4 months ago, and not to be TMI, but I swear they're always doing something. I'm not one to be confrontational, so I just tried to ignore it. I can sleep through the night fine. But a few days ago, my daughter, female 5, I don't know why he pointed that one out.
Well,
I get
you have to point out the gender and
but
age of every person that you. Oh, I guess because he said daughter.
Yeah, the gender is like kind of implied because he said daughter. I get the age, but like that she's a female, really. Came into my room at 2 a.m. crying, saying she thinks the neighbors are fighting each other and they're screaming. Of course, I was concerned and told my daughter to stay in my room. I went into hers, and lo and behold, they were screaming, but not from fighting. At this point, I was irritated. If they want to do this every day, that's their choice. But if they're waking my children up at 2 a.m., I think I have the right to say something. The next day, I went over to their house and basically told the husband that if he's that horny, he can get a motel or shack in the basement. He got mad and embarrassed and told me it was none of his business.
Quick, Crow, I'm sorry to interrupt you, but I would like to point out that they typed horny with a 0 and shag with an @ symbol.
Yeah. I should have put shag.
What?
Yeah, they typed horny with a 0 and shag with the fucking @ symbol.
Maybe because you can't say horny or shag on Am I the Asshole, so you have to like cleverly censor it. I don't know.
Probably, I'm not sure. But he got mad and embarrassed. He told me it was none of my business what he did in bed and then slammed the door in my face. I feel like I have been in the wrong, or I may have been in the wrong, but they're also doing it 6 feet away from my 6 sleeping children with only a thin wall in between. Am I the asshole? Edit, as I explained it wrong.
Okay, this asshole's coming back to defend himself.
Okay, a lot of you are saying that I am the asshole for the way I handled it, and from the way I wrote it. I completely understand that. I didn't put in enough context. Here's the fucking context, because this makes it sound that much funnier, and as a comment we'll point out in just a second. I share custody of my children and only have them on Tuesdays and Thursdays, as their mother and stepfather are in work these days. I want to make it clear that I had mentioned this to them many times over text. I told them that they can do what they want, but that on those 2 days, I'd appreciate some quiet, or for them to put on a TV show loud in the background so my kids wouldn't hear them specifically.
Just put on SpongeBob at like 100 volume while you're fucking.
They did respect those wishes and actually started doing it a lot louder on those days. And also put on very loud you-know-what videos as well.
Oh, what, they just put on
in the
porn?
background.
What the fuck?
They were just spiteful.
When I went to their house, that was
pornography.
When I went to their house, that was months into the situation, and I had snapped. I apologized to them for snapping, but I feel as if they weren't respecting me or my children at all. Top fucking comment. Okay? You're the asshole. They got a room and they pay for it just like you do. They fill their house with noisy sex, and you filled yours with the result of noisy sex.
Oh, got
I
him!
just slammed the door in your face too.
Got him.
Murdered him. Killed
Murdered him in the comments.
But yeah, no, this guy is definitely the asshole.
Yeah, for sure.
It's kind of like a mixed bag, because if you're a 5-year-old, do you want to hear people having sex in the room next to you?
I feel like Kathy might have a dissenting opinion here. Kathy, do you think this person is the asshole?
No, I don't.
Fuck you,
Why?
Kathy. You're
Tell me
wrong.
more.
Don't have sex while there are like kids around.
It's 2 a.m. and they're in a different house.
They're in a completely different house. It just so happens that the kid's room is right next to the wall.
It doesn't matter if you have kids living next to you. That doesn't mean you're not allowed to have sex in your own house.
Just go to a different fucking room.
I'm gonna say this because this is kind of on par with Kathy, but also like kind of not. They should be allowed to have sex on whatever fucking day they feel like. It's their fucking house. They're paying for
Go
it.
to a different room.
Let me finish, motherfucker.
Go fuck in the kitchen instead of your bedroom, says
No,
Kathy.
I'm gonna say it like you said. Go shag in the fucking basement. But
then
okay.
again, there might not be a comfortable surface in their basement. Like,
Well, put a fucking bed down there or something. But okay, here's my thing. If you know that there are kids coming around on certain days, why are you gonna be petty and start blaring porn just to fuck with the kids?
I don't know, just funny as shit, I guess.
I would like to point out that the real top comment on this that I see is from a mod about the moderation status and whether it breaks a rule. But the part I want to point out is this mod of Am I the Asshole? Snossage Fest has flair that says Ass Guardian of the whole galaxy. Fucking stupid.
What?
Subject. I want my fiance to get rid of his 4-year-old daughter.
What the fuck?
And get rid of in what sense exactly?
My fiance has a 4-year-old daughter. Her mother passed away when she was born. He's been raising her on his own ever since he lost his wife. I am now in the picture and we are set to get married in 2022. I'm also 7 months pregnant with a precious little girl. I am not the stepmother type, and I know I won't treat his daughter the same way I'll treat our child. To be quite honest, she gets on my damn nerves. For one, the little girl looks just like her mother, and having her around constantly reminds my fiance of his dead wife. She is very attached to her daddy, and I'm afraid this is going to take away from my child's bond with her father. I basically want to tell my fiance to get rid of her. She can live with her grandparents, or we can find her a nice family that's looking to adopt a child. I don't know how to approach this situation, but I need to find a way to convince my fiance to let her go. I promise I'm not a bad person, just trying to look out for my child, and will make sure she receives all of her daddy's attention without having her older sister intervene. Please help.
Fuck that kid. My kid's better. Get rid of him. Get him out of here. Can you imagine? Like, hey, listen, all right? Listen. I know we're gonna get married. I know we're in love and all that. One thing. Gotta get rid of the kid.
Yeah, that's the entirety of this. Is just fuck that kid.
I have no idea. Why would they... Like, What kind of mindset do you have to be in to think of something like this? Like, I want to take this child away from her father.
No, I don't want to take it. You don't want to take it away from her father. You want to take it away from her stepmother. Divorce the stepmom.
True.
Get rid of the stepmom.
Get rid of the stepmom.
Am I the asshole for joking about my dad's death?
I've always been one to say that you can joke about anything. So let's see if I think this person's the asshole.
My dad, 41, had a triple bypass heart surgery in January and spent almost 4 months going to physical therapy and made an almost full recovery. The problem is that I, 17 male, made a joke that turned out horrible. Me and my dad have always been close, so we go fishing, fix cars, and would teach me general life skills, and I've always been grateful for that. And what really made us get along was our very similar sense of humor. When my dad had his surgery, we both made a fair amount of jokes about his passing and life insurance. I know that sounds terrible, but it's just how we are. And we were both trying to stay positive. So about 4 months after surgery, we had some family over, just my 2 sisters, a little brother, and my dad's wife. About an hour into the night, he made a joke about me not getting his life insurance yet, to which I responded, "It's a shame." It's a shame. I'll have to try harder next time. At that, we both laughed for a minute and then continued the conversation as normal. Well, 2 days later, my dad had a brain aneurysm and he didn't survive. He died pretty quickly. I know this is because I was the one who had to kick down the door and find him. It's a horrible feeling and I can't get it out of my head. My family hasn't said anything directly, but they don't look at me anymore. None of them even look me in the eye. I don't know what to do. We were just joking and now he's gone and my family can't look at me. I'm not sure if I'm a terrible person, but it feels like it. Please tell me if I'm an awful person.
I think we've mixed an out of theme post here because I don't think this person is the asshole at all.
I don't think this person's the asshole either.
I would say this person is the asshole, but he's not like
you just have wrong opinions apparently.
But he's not like beyond redemption or anything.
This person made. Then again, they made the joke with their dad. They didn't know he was going to die.
They made the joke together. That's not necessarily his fault.
They didn't know They didn't know that he would die just like
from the joke.
2 days later.
The joke killed him.
He didn't try hard enough.
Yeah, I'll have to try again next time. Oh
Alex,
my god!
What do you think? Is this person the asshole?
No, I don't think they're the asshole at all.
No, I think it was just very poor timing.
Yeah, just a very unfortunate timing here.
No, I wanted to find one that I wanted to read. So,
whoa, okay. What a banger!
So this one
For
is
liquidating my daughter's.
Shut up! You can't say it
one.
before I say it. You fuck! Am I the asshole for liquidating my daughter's college fund to keep our dream house? I 50F lost my husband 4 years ago. I also have a 16-year-old daughter. My late husband left me everything and told me to trust his lawyer. My husband had worked for 20 years as a doctor and did some minor investing, so I inherited over 7 figures. A year later, I decided to list our home of 12 years and received an offer too good to refuse. With the inheritance as well as the influx of cash from selling the house, I decided to move my daughter and I to Malibu because we always dreamed of a home next to the beach, but my husband was exceptionally tight-fisted and called homes there money pits. We found a beautiful... Yeah, obviously, based on how this proceeds. We found a beautiful home by the sea. I never personally handled anything regarding buying a home before, so I did not anticipate all the extra costs beyond the sticker price. But my daughter was so excited, so I decided to go for it. My late husband's lawyer was furious at my decision, so I decided to stop taking his calls.
You dumbass! Your husband literally told you to, fucking trust your lawyer, and you didn't trust your lawyer.
I ended up signing with a money manager who said that we'd be passively earning 90% of what surgeons earned per year. But the money manager ended up tanking a lot of our investments. I took the dwindling money out and made my own investments, which made it worse. And long story short, Because of all that, I only have around 35K available to me now. Not to mention our debts.
Oh my god, what the
Oh
fuck,
lord.
dude? There's still 2 more paragraphs to this. What the fuck?
With the amount available to me, I'm looking at only being able to pay 1 month of a mortgage/upkeep, and then I'm basically out of luck until my business gets clients. However, the place where we do have a significant amount of money is the fund for the fund my husband started for our daughter. With the money there, I could prevent our credit cards from being shut down and not have to worry about the mortgage for many more months. So I ended up liquidating my daughter's college fund. I told her about it today and she was furious and said she cannot believe all her dad's work is gone. She also, or as she typed, Shea Eslo said, she won't be supporting me for retirement. Am I the asshole for trying to fix my mistakes and trying to keep our house? Yes. Yes, you are.
Yeah.
You dumb bitch. You did the one thing he literally told you not to do.
Yeah, trust the lawyer, you fucking stupid motherfucker.
I want to read off the top 2 comments from this because the comments get kind of funny. Okay?
Okay.
You are the asshole from, like, the top comment from 3 months ago. You decided not to listen to your lawyer. You decided to move to an extremely expensive place, and you decided to trust someone's shady advice. Now you're taking away your daughter's chances of being able to go to college loan-free. That money is not yours. You should be ashamed of yourself. Right below that, he has it right. Malibu is a money pit of empty Airbnbs, 1 grocery store on the highway with outrageous prices and almost no food except for tourist traps. And then it's just fucking...
just the Malibu
Farm
tips.
Pier Cafe.
Yeah, skip that shit. I agree, skip that shit. I checked it out one day while I was in Florida.
This bitch is the asshole, not just an asshole.
For sure. She literally just said, okay, oh no, I'm in a financial pit. What am I going to do?
Liquidate my daughter's college fund.
That's fuck my daughter idea. Going to college. That's not important. We got to keep this fucking Malibu beach house.
We gotta keep this Malibu beach house.
My dream partner, 33M, suggested the idea of putting my 28 female child up for adoption.
I had a little bit of a brain aneurysm there for a second.
I had the same brain aneurysm trying to figure out why we were putting a 28-year-old up for adoption.
No, the mother is 28. God
yeah,
damn
the
it.
mother is 28 and the boyfriend is 33. All right. I met my dream partner almost 10 months ago, and I know in my heart that I am deeply in love with him. He is everything that I have ever dreamed of having in a life partner. We have amazing chemistry, he's incredibly reliable, and he's financially stable. Not to mention, my 3-year-old daughter has become really attached to him, but he has now thrown her love in hers and mine's face. Recently, I noticed that he was acting distant from me. He's a great communicator, and when I asked him if we could have a conversation and touch base with how we were both feeling, he agreed to have a conversation. I never thought that I would regret asking him to communicate with me, because it now feels like my life is going to end. Basically, he told me he loves me, but he doesn't want to commit and start a life with someone who is broken.
Who is broken? Damn.
When I asked him to elaborate on quote-unquote broken, he explained that my kid was born out of wedlock.
Oh, fuck off. Fucking Bible-thumping motherfucker.
What the hell?
Hey, Riley, doesn't this sound like something Kathy would fucking say?
Yes, this is
No,
Kathy
this is
material.
not something I would say.
This is Kathy material, guys.
No, Kathy would Kathy would just tell her partner to get rid of their kid because she doesn't like kids.
Well, yeah, but
No,
you get my
what
point.
are you talking about? I love kids.
Do you?
Shit.
Yeah, I like kids. I want to be a mother.
Okay, that's fair. Understandable.
Alright, continue. He explained that my kid was born out of wedlock. I have little to no communication with their father, and that it's a mess that he doesn't deserve to deal with. Unless I allow my sister or a close family member who I trust to adopt my daughter so that I can still see her, just not daily. He told me that if I didn't have a kid, excuse me. He also told me that if I didn't have a kid, that he would commit and start a life with me. I feel as if I'm in emotional shock right now, almost like someone who I really love died. My daughter is innocent and didn't do anything wrong. She has also become really attached to him, and the fact that he wants to get rid of her is shocking, indicating that he couldn't care less about her. I still have hope that I can possibly convince him to accept my daughter and continue his life with me, but right now I'm stuck between rock and a hard place.
Bro, leave this man immediately.
Yeah, obviously.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
how is this? This person should not be your dream partner anymore at that point. Like, yeah, just get rid of your kid.
If you get rid of this kid, I will be your everything. If my kid really likes you, I don't care.
That fucking little wedlock kid, that bastard child, get him out of my house.
Literally just like... It's literally just like manipulative tactics to try to get rid of a child. What the fuck is wrong with you?
I pretended to have a vasectomy 2 years later, and my wife is pregnant. Hello, Reddit. I've been a long-time lurker, but I haven't posted. I'm a frequent user of this app. However, my wife doesn't really like it, but I still want to be precautious as she knows my user. So this is my throwaway account, by the way. I put a TLDR on the bottom. I'm going through a horrible dilemma, and I'm so deep in, I have no idea what to do. My wife
What a
and
dilemma. What could you possibly do?
My wife and I have been married for 9 years, and we have 2 kids together, and we aren't planning on having any more. Well, my wife is set on that idea, but I wanted to have at least 5 kids, and she only wanted to have 1 or none. This doesn't take away from the fact that she is a great mother. It's just her preference.
Why would you want 5 kids? Who wants to deal with 5 little fucking snot rockets running around? That's way too many kids.
Hey, my mom did.
I mean, that's fine. I'm glad that she did, but I just think practically you probably don't want that.
I'm about to say I'm the 5th kid as well.
Yeah, I'm glad that she did, because without that we wouldn't have met. But I think practically, why would you want that?
Alright, so going into the marriage, we sort of compromised to have maybe 2 or 3 kids. I am set on having 3, but she didn't want any more. It's been 5 years since having the first 2, and around 2 years ago, she was hell-bent on me getting a vasectomy. I wasn't comfortable with it and refused. It became the center of our argument. We dated for 5 years before getting married, so we have been together for a total of 12 years when this occurred. Now we have been together for 14 years. These were such lovely times that I didn't want to end a relationship, especially since we have kids together. So I agreed to have a vasectomy after months of arguing. Fast forward to now. My wife is pregnant. She doesn't know how this could have happened, but I do. I never got the vasectomy. 2 years ago, I pretended that I got it, and I told her someone else took me to the appointment, and I took a week off work so I can recover from it.
Took a week off work to recover from his vasectomy that he never had.
I tried to beat the during sex by pulling out, but it clearly didn't work. Now my wife is furious as I told her that the vasectomy could have failed rather than telling her the truth. She's also scheduling appointments with the lawyers so she can sue the practice in which I received the surgery. However, if they have the records, it will prove that I never got it. Now my wife is also thinking about having an abortion, but I'm trying to convince her to drop this whole thing. And if anything, this child is a miracle. What should I do now? I'm worried if I tell her the truth and she will leave me. I don't want to lose her. She's the love of my life. I don't know what I can do without her. I know this is my fault. Please help me on how I should go about this.
Dig a 10-foot hole.
I mean, is it really that bad?
Is it that bad?
Is it? I don't know, Kathy. What do you think? Tell us. Regale us.
I mean, the miracle of life is something that all humans should celebrate, you know?
Oh, fuck off.
Okay, well, here's the thing. Like, this guy is the asshole, but is not the asshole at the same time. It's like, yeah.
Wait a minute.
Like, it's obvious that he doesn't want to get something that is completely irreversible. Because once you get that vasectomy, it's done. No more.
Vasectomies are reversible.
Let's say, okay, listen. But
Okay.
what man would actually want to get a small cut on his balls that would stop him from having children?
Yeah, but you aren't allowed to fucking lie about it. And then get your wife pregnant 2 years later.
That's the part where he is the asshole. He shouldn't have lied about it. He should have said, like, you know, I really don't want to go through with this. Like, but the alternative is like, wear a condom, pull out.
I'm looking at the comments. Okay, but lol at the guy in the comments thinking a vasectomy means they cut your balls off like a neutering a dog, and the wife should have noticed they were still
That's getting neutered.
This man will no doubt be reelected to Congress.
But here's the thing, like, it's understandable to not want to go through the procedure, but you shouldn't lie about it at the same time. Like, there are other practices for not having any more children. Again, wear a condom, pull out.
I mean, yeah, I agree.
Yeah, just practice safe sex, dummy.
Like his intentions meant no harm, but he's still an asshole for lying.
Yeah, you're right. Maybe, but I feel like at the end of the day, he's mostly just like a psychotic asshole. That's just me. I know it sounds kind of weird, but give me a chance. This is kind of a long story. The reason why I'm asking you all is because when my wife and I were talking about it to one of our friends, they thought it was fucked up, but we disagree. My wife, 26F, and I, 29M, have been engaged for a while. We were sort of avoiding the wedding planning because we like to be more spontaneous, and we kept trying to figure out a perfect wedding date, but it was too hard for us to even decide. We struggle with long-term planning and like to figure it out as we go. The plan was not a super huge wedding, just some friends and family at our church. Also, I want to add that I wanted my sister to come be my best man, but she's in prison, so we would have to wait for maybe a little over a year at least. I wonder if the sister's an asshole. That's a story for a different time.
He's in prison, yeah.
Well, you can go to prison and not be an asshole. You can go to prison for wrongful cause. That's enough backstory. We're not in the timeline where my grandmother got extremely sick and is dying. My sister is trying to get furlough to see her one last chance. It got approved, but our grandmother died a few days before her release. The funeral is being planned, and our mother is happy that our sister is going to be there because she lied to some family members about her being sent away to help kids in Africa or whatever.
No, she lied about helping kids in Africa because she went to prison.
Yes.
Oh my god.
So, what was that about her possibly not being an asshole?
Now, I would like to point out, the phrasing of the next half sentence really drives the point home that this person is definitely the asshole. Well, all the death stuff was happening. My wife and I got the idea. Why don't we have the wedding right after the ceremony? It's perfect. Nobody wants to agree.
What?
I don't think it's perfect. The day should be about celebration. Plus, my sister is now released and everyone will be there. We won't have to plan anything as it should be. So, after everyone gave their speeches for Grandma, we announced that we would now be having our wedding in this church and had our close friend come up to ordain us. Nobody that attended was upset that we were having our wedding right after the funeral. Everyone seemed fine with it, and afterwards we got to eat and dance and celebrate. So am I the asshole for hosting a wedding at my grandma's funeral, even though everyone had a good time?
So,
You know?
There's a lot to
Like,
that.
that's why I wanted Riely to read this. There is so much to unpack. First, you have the sister who lied about helping kids in Africa or whatever.
So, the mother's an asshole for lying to everybody.
Yep, that's true. But is this couple the asshole? So here's the thing, right? It's obvious that they don't give a shit about the grandma. That's what makes it the asshole. Like, I could see a scenario in which this logic actually checks out, where it's like, you know, you have the funeral and you don't want it to be like because not everybody wants to sit there and like cry and grieve at a funeral. A lot of people will have like celebration of life and that type of thing. So I can see the logic here being like everything lines up. The sister's out of prison temporarily, and we can, you know, kind of have a multi-purpose party, celebrate the life of the grandma, and also get married. But it seems like they definitely didn't give a shit about the grandma at all, and that the grandma definitely did not receive any attention once they got on that stage and said, "We're getting married now." Like, so definitely, I think in this case, I can see a case where a similar event could occur and the people involved would not be the asshole. But in this case, I would say they are the asshole.
Yeah, for this specific case, they are the asshole.
So I got one.
Okay.
Am I the asshole for telling my crush she has exotic looks?
Okay.
My crush and I often game together, and we text a lot as well as use Discord. Earlier this week, we were hanging out IRL, and she was in a playful mood and mildly hitting on me. At one point, she said that I'm cute.
This? Oh, I found it.
I complimented her too, and said I'm really into her exotic looks. For the record, she's she's multiracial, black, Japanese, and Swedish.
Wow, a real combo pack there.
Yeah.
She immediately rolled her eyes and said, "I didn't hear that. I'm gonna pretend I didn't hear that." I asked her why, and she sighed and said, "Calling somebody exotic is not a compliment." I asked her again, why again? She said that it's problematic because I'm assuming that white is the default. She went on to say that I would be considered exotic in many parts of the world, so it's a useless way to describe somebody anyway. I laughed because I'm blonde and blue-eyed. Not exactly exotic.
He's not exotic, he's Aryan.
The conversation ended abruptly after that because she said she had to go. She has been slow to respond to my texts ever since, and we really haven't played either. It was only a few days ago when I considered that she might be upset because I called her exotic. She's very attractive, so I do feel like she's being petty when I was just praising her looks. Am I the asshole in this situation?
Buddy, I'm sorry to tell you. Yes.
Okay, now hold on. Let me think about this. Well,
Okay.
He didn't mean it in any sort of derogatory term. He wasn't trying to insult her. He was trying to say she was very beautiful. And she took like their book. So yeah, go ahead.
I think if a guy called me exotic, I wouldn't be that angry.
I mean, like like for me, it's like there's just a bit of miscommunication. Like she has the right to be offended by that kind of term, but he didn't mean it in a like any negative type of way. Like he was giving her a compliment.
I feel like the delivery was off. The delivery was just not fully thought out beforehand.
I really like the line, I have blonde hair and blue eyes, so not really exotic. It's just, it's such
Yeah,
a
not
good...
exactly exotic.
My M24 friend, my M20, they're both male.
They're
24.
both male 24.
Damn,
Yes.
that's so confusing. My friend invited me to his wedding, but going would betray my other friend. Oh no, my other friends.
Oh yes.
I'm not really sure what to do here. My friend Jesse, M24, has been dating this girl Lila, F23, since we were in junior year of high school. Jesse and I have been friends since kindergarten. Our entire friend group has. When Jesse and Lila started dating, our friend group did not take it well at all. The thing is that Lila has always been kind of stuck up and cold to us. Jesse said it was only because we used to bully her, but this is untrue. Our friend group was all class clowns and we would play jokes all the time, but it was never to the point of bullying another person.
Are you sure? Are you sure, buddy?
Are you sure?
Suffice it to say, we did not get along with Lila. There was one incident that happened a few months after they started dating, where Jesse and the rest of us were hanging out and were kind of drunk. And I, along with the rest of the guys, were kind of pressuring Jesse to break up with Lila because we thought he was too good for her. We apologized afterwards, but the damage was done, and since then he kind of drifted away from us. I'm ashamed to say it now, but we all kind of resented Lila for that, and we definitely were not nice to her. Jesse and our friends were all finance majors in college, so we had a lot of classes together and still interacted, but he was always cold to us. I will admit to kind of retaliating a little bit, as my friends and I would make some race jokes about Jesse and Lila being together.
No.
There we go.
There we go.
Or just jokes about them in general, and Jesse would tell us to stop, but we never did. At the time, it felt like our friend was dead to us, and we were upset at him and Lila both. Well, eventually, he escalated it way up and told the dean of the school what was happening, and then basically killed our friendship dead. The dean had one-on-one meetings with us, and although we were able to avoid punishment, we and I felt extremely hurt by Jesse's actions, and we basically cut him off completely. That was all about 2 years ago. Jesse and I have reconnected a little bit due to graduating and getting jobs in the same company. Honestly, I feel extremely guilty about what happened since he and Lila are engaged now. He and I were chatting and he invited me to his wedding since I'm one of his oldest friends. His words. The thing is, my friend group, although Jesse does not talk to them, he still hates his gut.
The group still hates Jesse's guts.
Yeah. Look, reading is hard, alright? Leave me be. Shut up.
Okay.
He's cursed out on a semi-regular basis, and his name is basically an insult to the group. We all go drinking/golfing together, and he's not a regular topic of conversation. But what he did is definitely not forgotten. I can't help but feel like this is... like, going to his wedding would amount to a betrayal against my friends, but at the same time, I am his oldest friend, and I do really love him. So I worry. How do I navigate this situation? Should I go to the wedding, abstain from the wedding, go and not tell my friends?
Well, first of all, the
Yes.
real life practical answer is you go and don't tell your friends. But I feel like, first of all, this was kind of disappointing. They did vaguely mention making racist jokes, but we didn't even get to hear what they were.
That's the part you're mad about?
Yes, I wanted to know. Am I the asshole for trying to make one son accept the racist and transphobic abuse from the wife of the other?
What?
Oh, please.
Okay,
Please, please.
Okay, let me see if this one is available.
My sons, 28 and 26, have been extremely close and have been the best
Wait,
of
you
friends.
didn't read the title.
Am I the asshole for trying to make my sons patch things up after a son made racist remark about son's B's wife during a heated
Son
conversation?
A and Son B. Son A made racist remarks about Son B. Okay.
My sons, 28
Interesting.
and 26, have been extremely close and have been the best of friends. Both were the best man at each other's weddings. Long story short, during a weekend family dinner, political conversations got a bit out of hand.
Uh-oh.
Son A, whose wife is an immigrant, soon to be a citizen.
Oof.
Wait, that doesn't make sense. You know what? Whatever.
What do you mean? What do you mean that doesn't make sense?
You immediately become an American citizen if you marry an American.
No,
That's
you have
true.
90 days after you file paperwork.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, I didn't
So
know
they're
that.
probably waiting for the paperwork to process. Yes. Good job, Alex.
And his wife asked son B's wife not to make transphobic comments on the recent Bud Light beer news. Son's
Oh my,
B's
this
wife
is all about fucking Dylan Mulvaney. It all comes back to Dylan Mulvaney. Dylan Mulvaney is all culture is now. Dylan Mulvaney is everywhere. They're just floating Dylan Mulvaney heads flying around, terrorizing the human populace.
Dylan Mulvaney is in the walls.
Son B's wife was a bit drunk and saying inappropriate stuff for sure, but nothing directed at Son A or his wife, just towards transgender people in general.
Yeah, you know, just transgender people in general. Don't worry about it.
We're allowed to have different opinions, and hers was that transgender people do not make sense. Son A's wife got up and left the table, and when she asked to come back, she said she didn't want to be part of an ignorant conversation. So she called Son B's wife ignorant without any comments directed at her. Son B got mad and said she should have been put in a cage when she crossed the border.
Oh,
Hold on, let me just say that again so it can be saved for a clip.
Yeah, let's just get that, get out of the clean read of that.
She should have been put in a cage when she crossed the border. She's lucky she's married to an American, or she'd have to go back to her swamp a long time ago, okay?
Holy shit!
Son A and his wife left. 2 weeks later, Son A returned an anniversary present Son B had sent to him. Son B was very upset and tried to talk to him, and he said that he values their brotherhood and doesn't want to lose him. Son A refused to talk to him, and I've made several attempts to get him to patch things up with B, but he keeps turning me down. He got extremely mad at me today for pushing my luck and said he already was upset with me for being on good terms with B despite his comments, but he had kept it aside for me. But he thought I was being an asshole for trying to stretch my luck too far, when honestly I'm just trying to make things right and get their relationship back to how it was once. Am I the asshole here? This whole incident wouldn't have happened in the first place if my daughter-in-law didn't make out of place comments, so this feels extremely frustrating to deal with. I don't want my sons, who were once very close, to fall out over something that has nothing to do with them. I feel at a loss here from not being called an asshole by my own son.
So obviously this person is an extreme asshole, and it's really funny.
I
that
mean,
even
hold
at the end
on.
of the point. Oh, you have a dissenting opinion here, Kathy.
I mean, if the guy feels sorry.
If he's really sorry.
Okay, here's the thing. Son B and his wife, yeah, they're assholes. The dad, on the other hand, like, I can see why he would, but he just needs to give his son some space.
No, but he's the asshole because he's implying that the wife who got racistly accosted was at fault.
Okay, that part right there.
I
That's
mean,
where there's a problem.
to be fair,
Oh my god.
Many unbearable hours later.
But alright, gamers, real quick, we're gonna go around and get some plugs. Everybody say where they can find you. If they can't, just say they can't. Metal, I don't know if you have anywhere to plug.
You will never find me.
Fair. Pro Royalty.
You can find me on Twitter at Crow Royalty, and you can find me on the Crow's Nest podcast and Megazord Radio. Did I say my Twitter?
Yes. Kathy, you have nothing to plug, right?
no.
Kowo, Kiwi Chew, Alex, what do you got?
Kiwi Kowo Kolo Chu. You can find me on Twitter as Kolochu54. You can find me on YouTube as Kolochu, Colochu. And you can find Riely and I on the Detour Ahead podcast on Spotify and Apple Podcasts.
Let's go! Yes, subscribe to Detour Ahead. Detour Ahead right now. Put the Detour Ahead logo on the screen. Put it on the screen 1,000,000 times. Go!
Detour Ahead.
Yeah, it's a podcast. You should come on it sometime. It's pretty cool.
Sorry that I disappeared, guys. One, my phone died. Two, my friends showed up right as my phone died.
Rest in peace.
Rest in peace.
Crow didn't get to be here for our racism escapades.
Wait, what?
Good night, everybody!
So